What if a house didn't hide your life yet never revealed you? What if walls could breathe, screens could swivel, and privacy could be composed like music? In a narrow Paris courtyard, a surgeon and his partner asked for a home and a clinic. What they got was a living instrument tuned to light, movement, and desire. This is Maison de Verre, not just a house, but an anatomy of modern life. By the late 1920s, Paris was modernizing and remembering itself at the same time. New steel skeletons rose behind housemen's stone masks. Electricity thrummed beneath polished parquet floors. A new class of clients, doctors, artists, editors, wanted environments that could keep pace with urban rhythm, but still protect the soft interior of everyday life. Dr. Jean Dalsas, a progressive gynecologist and political voice in leftist circles, and his partner Annie Dalsas, a cultivated host with a magnetic social intelligence, purchased a parcel in the 7th arrondissement. A cramped lot at 31 Rue Saint-Guillaume, hidden in a courtyard behind a street building. There was a catch. The elderly tenant upstairs could not be touched. The street building's upper levels had to remain. Most architects would have walked away. Pierre Chareau and his Dutch collaborator Bernard Bijvoet leaned in. The challenge innovation: insert a brand new steel frame structure for a clinic and a home into the ground and first floors, while the old timber construction above stays put. The solution, not demolition, but architectural surgery. The operation: lift the new house on a forest of slender steel columns, threading them delicately beneath the retained upper floors. Wrap the new home body in a skin of translucent glass blocks, turning the facade into a lantern that glows rather than a mask that hides. Let the interior become a choreography of mechanisms, sliding screens, pivoting grills, rolling ladders, acoustic baffles, each one with an action verb, not just a noun. In the morning, the house would be clinic, patients entering discreetly, waiting rooms calm, examination spaces spotless, circulation legible and humane. By evening, it would become salon, a home of conversation and music, with friends from medicine, the arts and politics assembled under a lucid glow. 2 lives, 1 body. The program demanded distinction without rupture. The ground floor, a medical reception, a waiting room, a consultation space, and treatment rooms. The principal floor above, a domestic life living, a dining, a library, the bedrooms, a terrace nested behind the glass facade. The vertical threading will be a metal stair of taut geometry, a small freight elevator, a sequence of screens to modulate view, sound, and air. The house had to teach 2 kinds of behavior: care and conviviality without contradiction. Think of the building as a chamber ensemble. Structure is the base, light and air are strings and winds, mechanisms are percussion. Bijvoet's training in Dutch rationalism meets Chareau's artisanal sensibility. The frame is exquisitely thin standard rolled sections, joined with a jeweler's precision. Connections are exposed with pride. There is no bravado of mass, only honesty of means. In photos, the columns resemble medical instruments, forceps of architecture, holding the void delicately in place. The courtyard elevation is a continuous field of glass brick, but not a blank one. Behind it, operable panes tilt open like gills, and metal shutters slide across like eyelids. In daytime, the facade is milky and cool. At night, it glows, a paper lantern in zinc gray Paris. It is not transparent, it is hospitable to light. Privacy is preserved while presence is declared. The house grammar allows infinite sentences of space and infrastructure for daily improvisation. The house is not open plan, it is open script. The main stair is a sculpted armature of flat steel bar and plate, folded and braced with a racing bicycle's stiffness. It doesn't just connect floors, it conducts the space, pulling the eye upward while filtering the view laterally through its lattice. When you ascend, architecture sets your tempo. The illumination Chareau composes is indirectness. Lamps hide behind fins, skylight is diffused by baffles. The glass block wall casts a weather of soft illumination. Morning is silver, late afternoon ambers. At night, the house becomes a lantern. Light is never imposed, it is a moral atmosphere, dignified for the clinic, intimate for the home. A physician's house must breathe and clean. Cross ventilation is engineered through registering apertures. Smooth surfaces are easy to wipe. Cleanliness is not an aesthetic, it is a civic ethic. Enter metalworker Louis Dalbet. His workshop inventions translate Chareau's sketches into kinetic architecture. Custom hinges that hold position with delicate friction. Handrails that feel like a handshake. Cast brackets that are both structure and ornament. In Maison de Verre, detailing is not jewelry, it is a thought made to be touched. A patient arrives. The entry sequence is gracious but unambiguous. You know where to go, what to do. Waiting faces the garden. Light reassures. The consultation rooms shield sight and sound without claustrophobia. The doctor moves efficiently. Everything is humane because everything is legible. Hours later, friends arrive. A screen retracts, a grill pivots, the room lengthens like a fresh sentence. The piano sounds warmer with the acoustic baffles slightly inclined. Glass and steel, not known for kindness, perform kindness by design. Le Corbusier's contemporaneous works argue for the universal machine. Maison de Verre argues for the attentive instrument. Its modernity is not in massing alone, but in responsiveness to touch, to light, to ritual. Where the international style sought clarity through reduction, Chareau seeks clarity through refinement. Less manifest, more mindful. There is no white box here. There is luminous ambiguity. You don't stare out of the house, you live within its glow. Because the house is partly a women's clinic, the politics of comfort matter. Privacy is calibrated room by room. Thresholds feel safe. Views are voluntary. The labor of cleaning and maintaining is dignified through accessible fittings and clever storage. The modern in Maison de Verre is not only material, it is moral. Architecture shoulders the ethical work of care. In the dawn, the facade is a cool quilt of glass. The clinic awakens. Vents open. The coffee smell drifts into the quiet courtyard. During the morning, the stairs lattice throws a net of light on the floor. The doctor's instruments glint. Voices are low, precise. In the late afternoon, metal shutters slide. The house inhales amber. A decanter catches a spot of gold. At night, the building floats a soft beacon behind the old courtyard walls Paris contained. Paris revealed. History crossed the threshold. War came. Paris darkened. The house endured, scarred by time but kept alive by its owners, and later by admirers who understood that some buildings must be tended the way manuscripts are tended. Its survival is not an accident. It is an ongoing act of care. Today, the house remains privately owned and, when permitted, sparingly visited. It is not a museum piece. It still hums with the intelligence of its mechanisms, the softness of its light, a living prototype. Maison de Verre seeded ideas that later blossomed across continents, high-tech and inside out. The dignity of exposed structure, the celebration of systems, adaptive screens, facades that do things shade, ventilate, veil, reveal. Hybrid programs, the graceful cohabitation of work and home long before our age of co-living and clinics in neighborhoods. Craft-forward modernism, engineering allied with hand intelligence prototype as poetry. Its most radical invention is not the glass block. It is the notion that a house can be changeable and coherent at once. In most houses, privacy is a wall. Here, privacy is an art. To dwell is to compose of light, view, proximity, reflection. The tools are mechanical, the result is emotional. The house allows you to be publicly private and privately public. That paradox is the modern condition. Maison de Verre stages it with grace. You leave with spatial afterimages, a hinge, a glow, the slight give of a handrail under your palm. You remember the feeling of being understood by a building. When our cities ask for density without cruelty, light without glare, flexibility without chaos, this house answers. It reminds us that sustainability is not only energy, it is intelligence of use. The technology is not only devices, it is well-made things. That modernity need not be loud to be new. Glass, steel, skin, and breath. A clinic that became a home, a mechanism that learned to care. In Maison de Verre, modernism discovered its pulse. If this journey through Paris's luminous house moved you, subscribe to Space, Shape, and Scale. Click the next video to continue the journey. Share your thoughts, questions, and favorite details of Maison de Verre. In the comments, if you have a project you believe changed the arc of modernism, tell us. We might feature it next, because architecture never stops, and neither do we.